Hey you guys, and welcome back to Rams Games for more Stonehearth. Just looking around, seeing what's going on, what we need to do. They're building this house, so I can hopefully prevent some spawns around here. Quickly check our inventory. I know we were getting pretty low. Yeah, we only have about 300 blocks we can do. What I'm gonna do is gather all the trees over here. I'm gonna chill out. Just gather all the trees everywhere. Then what we're going to do, we're going to take all those trees and all those logs. Then we're going to create... Oh, where is it? It's going to create a bunch of log piles. Let's check the daily update. We have 16 people, so I don't care. We have so much wealth, it's dumb. Let's tell them to craft 20. Just cause. What are we missing? How many more do we need to make? I think that's 3. Kinda hard to see. I don't have my glasses on right now. Even so, it's a pretty tiny number. I cropped all that stuff in order to get it out of the way. We're also gonna have our mason create stone piles. We're gonna tell him to do like 40 of those. If it becomes a number higher than they actually have, that's totally fine. Because each one of those is converting 18 blocks. And we have 400. And we have like a ton of wood, so we're gonna get that out of the way. 9 mean bed for 2 crates? No. The only trades I will be doing are the bone axes. Sorry, I want to loot that. This house is almost complete. You can watch the final stages of it. I love watching these guys build. Slow it down a little bit. Like, I will say that the building improvements and stuff that they've made over time are pretty great. You still got some textures clipping in and out of each other. That's when the textures occupy the same exact space. So these guys are on the same plane and you can see the glitching in and out of each other. It's only because these aren't offset at all. They have to fit within a 1 block. And you don't want to make the ladder smaller by any means, so I don't know. But moving on. I forget what that effect is actually called. And I mean, you see that you don't have those issues with like these walls or anything here. You can actually see that this is offset by just a little bit when they put it up. This is far longer than this part right here. Oh well, let's stop looking at the technical things. I'm really just wasting time. I love whatever seating thing I have going on here. Pretty different. I need to get rid of the cathedral style chairs. I don't know what I have those for. Don't remember making them. Alright, those are the ones that I picked up and didn't need. Also going to sell all of our comfy beds. All of our regular dining tables. all of our regular dining chairs. Keep the mean bed because we're using that to do things with. Now that we're building all the things, they just need to start installing them. And the house is done. There, it looks a lot bigger now that we got rid of the trees. We could always completely square this island off too, with some blocks, but I don't know why I would ever do that. I still do want to upgrade the bridge though. I might make a video just about that. I guess I could do some building videos by themselves. Things like these bridges though, you could always just save these as blueprints. Yeah. They're making the stone and turning it into things like I asked them to. It's going to be a while before we actually get all the logs and stuff that we need. But I am going to start ordering these to be placed down. Start making some large stockpile areas. I think it'll be kind of cool. For a second I thought that bar was filling up. I don't think it is, so just the background overlap. And the button being extremely transparent. Oh, we do have a camp over here. Remember how I said that we never get anything off to the left? Well, after I built this wall, they decided to prove me wrong. That's fantastic. As soon as I can, I'm going to sell all these trees. I'm going to keep making more. It's not like we need them. Let's check our food stores. See if we can't make any more of this soup here. Can I edit this build? What? No. No, stop. Get out of here. I'm going to change the meat stew and stuff orders. So let's maintain 10 of these. And then let's maintain 10 of these. It's a bit much, but it might be okay. You can place them on top, but I don't know why you'd want to. Looks kind of weird, if you ask me. Of course, I expect, I keep saying of course, I expect the placing to get bugged out at some point. You know how it do. Yeah, this left side is just going to be major stockpiling. I'm honestly surprised you can't make like a bundle of cloth in the same way that you can all these other things. $29 of these. We still have some of those. How's our blacksmith doing? I haven't checked him in a while. Just gonna tell this guy to do 30 of all these things. Not that we have enough resources to do it, but just when we do have the resources, they will try to make those things. Daily update, don't care. Caravan approaches. 2 iron pikes in exchange for 1 fire pit, no. Because I kind of want to get rid of the fire pit that I have now. Going to sell that. I don't need that. Sell all of these. Keep the bolts of leather. Sell all the iron pikes. And sell that. I want to keep some weapons in case, for whatever freaking reason, I decide to go past 16 people. Trapper level 4, good job. You can now have a higher backpack size, which is great, considering you're killing stuff and leaving crap laying around all over the place. I'm just trying to manage my inventory before we can make these vaults, because they can hold 256 items. And every 6 of them is at least like 1,600 storage spaces. My friend is playing Brawlhalla. Good for him. Kind of cramped in there, but oh well. We currently don't have a water, so if you hear me clear my throat, I apologize. Kind of just spur of the moment, needing to record. Went to the bank and did some other things, and then I had some leftover hot wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. Their mango habanero, which is their third hottest like sauce. They have dry rubs or whatever, but I like the sauced wings. I also get boneless wings because I can't stand chewing around the bone. I don't like the feeling of like just the chicken stuff and skin getting stuck in my teeth. So I like the boneless wings. I know you're just pretty much scraping the meat off of bones and processing it and stuffing it back together, and but I mean, it's still chicken, so I don't care. Still breaded, still delicious. I think I also had Caribbean jerk or something like that. It's like their 6th or 7th hottest sauce. They're both pretty hot. Pretty good. But yeah, no water, nothing to drink. Really unprepared, hashtag unprofessional, Ermagerd. So our inventory is down to 1968, even after all that wood that we collected, because we are making decent progress on turning all this crap into other crap. Crap and stuff and things. I forgot to sell my fire pits. Can I sell my pits? I can't sell my pits, guys. No, I can't sell my pits, so I guess we're not doing that. We do have a bunch of wheat. So we have Fred, Ricky, Sassy, and ooh. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. Foxy. That should have been obvious. I knew it was gimmicky. So I did say that Stonehearth would be slowing down. It started its slowing down process, mainly only because I've been busy, and if I'm busy I can't record. Who knew? Who knew that's how things worked? Amazing. Jokes aside, good to be able to do some things again. Making progress on turning all these into fancy schmancy beds. Yeah, I thought so. 2 away from the wall. I hate when it doesn't allow you to place down multiple things at once. You have to keep clicking on it. But it's alright. We got there. So I only have one more. Well, that's awkward. Looks like you get your bed back. Bed back and beyond. Terrible joke. You should also switch these out like decent human beings with the good beds. I give them the candle instead. Oh, let's do that. Sorry guys, your fancy candle is going away. To give it to these lovebirds. They're not really lovebirds. In fact, they could probably give 0 cares about each other. They're just 2 random people sleeping in the same house. Really wish the Q button rotated things. But I get it. We need camera rotation. Clearly this is superior. I was left and right clicking at the same time. I just like to keep mentioning that Stonehearth is going to be slowing down. Because I don't want people to be like, why you never told me? Wah wah wah. And I'll be like, what I did. Like literally 1.5 million times. Like literally. I don't want this to go out that far. I suspect we'll have a heck of a lot more stone than we will wood, so. That's only 15, come on. Make me more. Uh-oh, have they started not placing things down? I think so. I'm gonna tell them to lift this one, and maybe they'll put it here. So we can fix that. I think I told them to place it down when it wasn't registering it. I don't even know anymore, man. Just tell them to not do that. See if they ever figure it out. A moment of silence for those that we have lost. Campton Rook, Matt Damon, Cameron Sweeney, and Moron McDurperson. Forever the best name. I could not have made a better name for someone that ended up dying anyways. Is there anything I could do to the floor? If I were to space these out a little bit, I could get kind of creative, I guess. Just remember, if we cut into the ground at all, we can't undo it, even if we erase. Like, it just leaves a big hole in the ground. Let's do this, though. Whoops. I had a feeling that that would have been that same one. Since we're not harvesting these at all, let's just put them over here. Let's give them all some little flowers. Congratulations, your gravestones have been marked. You have a proper tribute to your deaths. This, however, will be the only exception that I use in the future, by the way. I had been previously undecided on it because I had never run into the issue where I needed to. But in the future, there will be no automatic respawning of people. Unless you are on the $5 Patreon tier. It will be going back to the random generation or anyone left in the name list. Which the name list right now is kind of a generalized thing. You don't even have to support me for that. for the time being. Unless I get like a bunch of freaking names that I'll change it. But yeah, sorry if you don't want me to mention that. But let's see, Cameron Sweeney dies again. For this specific Stonehearth series, for this specific Let's Play of this specific Alpha 15, for this specific town, you will not get a respawn. But if I were to play something, say like RimWorld, you will. You will be in that until you die. And then the rules will rinse and repeat. So I just want to let people know kind of randomly how that works. I'm planning that out. If you don't do the whole Patreon, that's cool. I ain't asking you to. I just want to give perks to people who feel the need to support me. But yeah, this town's coming out pretty well. I kind of feared that I wouldn't have a whole lot to do today, but really not that bad. We can finally make... no, we could make steel before, I just... wasn't? No, we couldn't, because we couldn't make the iron shield or iron mail or anything like that. But oh well, we will tell this guy to craft 30 of these. Pretty soon we will go back down into our mines. Oh. Well, that's one way to find out one of these things are sitting over here. How close to the water that is. I thought about digging out my entire town to that level. Like just dropping it one lower. Because right now this is actually below water level. So I've thought about moving all of my buildings over here. But I don't know. I think I will make a specific building episode for this bridge. I'll move all the scenery so I can continue editing it. I don't know if I can save the bridge itself for future use because this is a road, I think. So I don't know if those can just be placed anywhere. I think using custom buildings, if you were to do it properly, you could always do like custom building, road section, left bend, right bend. You could have an entire list of custom buildings. And if they ever felt like showing up properly, like this one, I don't even know how to get rid of them. Like I would get rid of the silly town wall inner, because something you could do is have wall sections and name it by its dimensions. This housing thing is kind of neat, except if I do this, I can just change the roof from here. So it's completely redundant to even have this. Move that building. Trader approaches town, I need to know about this. 6 comfy beds, I'll be back in 1 day. Might be able to get you 1 giant bone axe. So I told you that there was a very few things that I would accept, and that is one of them. So you'll be making 6 of that. We do have a few comfy beds. But I want to be extra sure that we can get that. So I will start work on that. Go ahead and overwrite Camp Silly right now. Laugh was a building world, and Puppy Crossing was a single player thing. Like an off-camera thing. I keep saying single player even though, you know, I don't know, I guess I consider you guys my multiplayer fam. You know what I'm saying, peeps? Okay, I'm never doing that again. But, yeah, so that's gonna do it for this episode of Stonehearth. I kinda like how it's looking at it, it's all clear. And it's nice to know that there's a crypt, but I think I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I want it to send its minions, I want to have reasons to attack, to fight. I might explore more of the region. I might get someone just to explore more of the region so I can get more things spawning around the map. Just make things a little bit more interesting, hopefully. that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or whatever. Remember to stay positive, have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of Obnoxious Camera Moving.